Listen to this lady. This is just ridiculous. Everything this lady is saying is just a shame. Let's pay attention.
Good morning. I just got home from church a little bit here in Ontario, Canada. Let me tell you, it was a sad day. Seen police officers crying. Young Mexican me sitting in silence, shock. Mothers holding their babies. Thinking of the mothers who will never hold their babies again. It is a sheer tragedy we are seeing around our world. And just as sad, I want to say, is what we're seeing right here in Canada. We have always been a peaceful nation, welcoming of all races, religions, as long as they want to live by our law in peace, like Canadians. But this isn't happening right now in Canada, and I'm not putting this against any peaceful Palestinian protester, as they have every right to mourn and grieve. But the ones that are saying, or filthy Jews, kill the Jews, death to America. There's even been one video I've seen where they called for the death of Prime Minister Trudeau, chanting right there in the streets of Toronto. Justin Trudeau, you can't hide. You committed genocide. You can't hide? Why?
Well, the Prime Minister has committed genocide. This lady is a little confused. She is forgetting about the pandemic deaths and all the cancellations of operations that we had across Ontario. 1.6 million in 2022. When it comes to the Palestinians and the Jews, and for some reason, this lady is pretending to be Christian, fighting for Jews around the world everywhere, going, the Palestinians have a right. I'm sure they have. They have a right to protest just like everyone else, like she says. But when you figure one religion is better than the other, like this lady's going to continue saying, this is where it becomes sad.
Why? Well, where's our government? Where's the Emergency Act? Where's all these things that are out there to make Canadians feel safe? I don't know about you, but I feel like our government has abandoned us. You've heard from...
The government abandoned us a long time ago. It's been a fraud for the last at least 8 years to 12 to 18. I'm going to sound like a quarterback. Of course the Canadian government has failed all of us. Have you not seen all the people on the streets? Are you not paying attention?
From Justin Trudeau twice this week. Once when he made a statement, when I give him credit, he did pretty darn good, showing support for Israel, and that he will not tolerate.
I'd like to remind this lady that Israel has bombed Gaza for the last 10 days in a row, and so many of their people have died during this time. It's well over the Israel people. Right now, Israel is at 1,400. Palestinians are at 3,100, plus triple the injuries.
Tolerate it. But he is tolerating it. Day after day after day, we have people in our streets. In the city of Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, all across Canada, chanting from sea to sea about wiping out and killing all the Jews from sea to sea. I seem to remember a couple years ago when all politicians spoke out when a young Muslim girl claimed she had her hijab cut. In the end, she was just a little girl who obviously never...
She's worried about the hijab cut. What about that, I guess, the guy from Israel who was 71 who just finished stabbing that 6-year-old boy over 80 times. And she's worried about what's happening in Canada, and that happened in Chicago, Illinois. Let's wake up, folks.
Never thought her little prank would go as far as it did. And I feel sorry for her and her family, the embarrassment, because it wasn't real. But here's the thing. We have mothers right here in Ontario that are afraid to send their kids to school. In our bigger cities right now, a Jewish hospital couldn't open yesterday because they were afraid.
Well, a Jewish hospital couldn't open again. You see, this is where the privatization underneath Doug Ford is coming in, that this lady is not understanding. This is getting ridiculous. A private hospital only for Jewish people. They're worried about sending their kids to school, but it was okay during all that time for the transgender people to come in there for story hour and have a drag queen run through there, but that's all right.
They canceled all their inpatient and asked people not to come. They were afraid of being bombed. And here's one I just saw last night.
Afraid of being bombed in Ontario. In Ontario. And how far are we from Gaza?
Black truck driving around Mississauga, dressed like Taliban fighters, with poles and Taliban flags flying from the trucks. They showed up at a Palestinian protest, and I give these people at this peaceful protest credit. They're trying to tell him, no, put it away, put it away. But no, why?
That's right, why? Why should they have to put away their Palestinian flag while you're out there protesting for the Jewish flag? Ridiculous.
They can tell just the Jews. Why can't they fly their Taliban flag? I mean, really? Come on. They're getting away with it. And they're getting away with it, and it has to stop. Where's the Emergency Act? You call it on face painting and peaceful freedom people, that Canadians that fly Canadian flags, bouncy castles, decorated trucks, flags. There was no death chance. They were promoting peace around the world. But when we have people that are standing in the streets of our cities chanting.
Well, then again, what was the government doing to us? And they want us to fight for them? They're telling us that Trudeau, who hired a Nazi person out there to carry that flag, that we only support them, well, he's underneath the WEF.
Free Palestinian, wipe out the Jews, death to USA. Those are hate crimes. Those are death threats.
Those are not hate crimes. Do you realize what America has done over to the Middle East? You forgot the attack on Jordan? You forgot the attack on fucking Iraq? You forget the attack on everything else? And just remember one fucking incident?
Right. And where the hell is our government? I'm a Christian, and I'm trying to be strong. And like many others in church today, I weep for all the innocent babies and lives lost in this past week. And I don't care if they were Jewish or they were Palestinian. They were somebody's mother, daughter, baby, parents. And all of it is a despicable act of terrorism that should not be celebrated in a beautiful country like Canada or any country. And when it's time for our government to take action.
Well, that's because our government believes in freedoms around the world and gives everybody the right to protest no matter who they are. This is the delusionalness. So now we're having a Christian lady coming out here who is Jewish fighting for Jewish. Ridiculous.
And for Justin Trudeau to come out of hiding and be what he's supposed to be, the leader of Canada, and make his people feel safe. Because right now, I'm sorry, I don't feel safe, and I know a lot of others that don't. Imagine living in the city of Toronto, and you're a little Jewish child supposed to go to school, or a mother supposed to go to work.
Well, can you imagine being Palestinian? Could you imagine being white? Could you imagine just being anything in Ontario? Well, they're bringing in millions of people and the world is being overpopulated. Did she just forget about India not even 3 weeks ago blocking Toronto? Wow. Wow.
And you have to walk through the streets of Toronto while people are chanting death to Jews, annihilate the Jews, kill the Jews. Well, that's happening. And it's happening all across Canada.
These are called protests across Canada, which are allowed. What is wrong with this lady? So now she wants to take away everybody's rights because of what's going on with the Jewish community and going, the Palestine people have a right. You know, those people who are being killed over there, well, take a fucking look at your reality. Let's go back to this shenanigans.
Canada. And it's time our government do what they were elected to do and stop the hate taking over our country. Take time today. It's Sunday. Get on your knees and pray. Pray for the evil around our world. And God bless Canada.
Pray because of the evil around the world. It's only governments who are evil around the world. Pray for Canada. It is so fucking corrupt. Every fucking politician is fucking corrupt out here in Canada. And this lady's going, we think the government has failed us. Do you see all the people fucking lining up at the fucking food banks here? Because of them supporting Israel? Because of fucking Canada going over there giving money over to fucking Ukraine? Everybody else gets fucking money except for their own people? Fuck, lady, you need to fucking wake up out here. This world is more than just fucking Jewish. This world is more than what the fuck you want to make it out look like. Are you a fucking Christian Jew? Is that what you're saying? Come on, wake the fuck up, everyone. We have Doug Ford doing the fucking same thing. Being Jewish and going to a fucking Christian church. But the privatizations of hospitals for a Jewish church that had to close. So we only have to be fucking Jewish to go there? Well, I hate to disappoint this lady. I'm not fucking Jewish. And I'm not allowed to go there even though my life is in jeopardy? And you call that what? What the fuck? Ridiculous. Just fucking ridiculous.